Right now, we are standing by with team coverage as we await former President Donald Trump's plane to land in La Crosse.
Plus, the first 2 deaths from West Nile virus in Wisconsin. What to do to keep yourself and your family safe.
And we're following vaccine requirements from this school year. Does your child need to get the new COVID vaccine?
You're watching News 3 Now at 5. A Wisconsin Dells middle school counselor has been arrested after accusations of him having a sexual relationship with a student. 32-year-old Corey Alfaro is charged with second-degree sexual assault of a child and repeated acts of sexual assault of a child. Officers received a complaint on August 23rd alleging an inappropriate relationship between a Wisconsin Dells school district and a student. The investigation is ongoing, and officers encourage members of the community to reach out with relevant information about the case.
Well, we are bringing you team coverage of former President Donald Trump's visit to La Crosse today. His plane is expected to land any minute now.
Our political reporter Will Keneally and reporter Ellie La Liberté are in the city by the river. We'll start with Will.
Yeah, that's right. We're here at the La Crosse Center, actually convention center, literally on the river, like you mentioned, with a couple thousand people packed in here waiting for Trump to speak around 6 o'clock here locally. Now, it's going to be a town hall style, and I'll see if photographer Ellie La Liberté here can zoom in on the 2 chairs that we'll see. So this will be kind of a Q&A style with the former president, a little bit different from the major rallies that we'll see with him often. It'll be moderated by Tulsi Gabbard, former Democratic Congresswoman, kind of alluding to perhaps what we might see in a shift in the campaign, where we saw early in the campaign double haters, people who hated both Biden and Trump. Now we're seeing some of those people represented with an RFK Jr. endorsing Trump. We might see a shift in the Trump campaign trying to claim some of those voters. Now, this sort of normal rally, we'd expect to see some kind of warm-up speakers, certainly the local congressmen, local senators, local Senate candidates. Oddly enough, we're not expecting Eric Hovde, the Republican running against Tammy Baldwin this fall, or incumbent Senator Ron Johnson here. They're both at a fundraiser over in California tonight. So again, we'll keep you updated throughout the night, but for now, reporting from La Crosse, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
Now, earlier today, Trump made a stop in Michigan for his 8th visit to the critical battleground state. Trump's stop took him to All-Rose Steel Metal Services, where he talked about the economy, inflation, and the economy again. Trump said Trump had this to say to auto workers.
I'm here today with a simple message for the American auto worker and for the American worker. Your long economic nightmare will very soon be over. It's going to be over. Going to turn it around.
Now, former President Trump is facing a new indictment from special counsel Jack Smith in connection with the January 6th attack after the Supreme Court ruling about presidential immunity. The adjusted indictment accuses Trump of conspiring to defraud the government and obstruct the certification of President Joe Biden in the 2020 election.
Meanwhile, Vice President Harris is looking to turn Georgia blue with a stop in Savannah today. Later this evening, her running mate Tim Walz and Kamala Harris will take part in their first interview on CNN. That interview starts at 8 p.m. our time. While in Georgia, Harris talked about a tax credit plan for small businesses.
This is one of my singular priorities, is to invest and grow our small businesses. So what I'm going to be rolling out next week is basically a tax credit for startups, for small businesses who are starting out.
Democratic Vice Presidential candidate Tim Walz will be in Wisconsin on Monday. He plans to visit Milwaukee and highlight union strength. President Joe Biden plans to visit Wisconsin a week from today, in his first visit since he dropped out of the presidential race. And in a brand new poll from Quinnipiac University, former President Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris are neck and neck after Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s drop from the presidential race. The poll shows Harris with 49% support, while Trump is at 47%. Third-party support is sitting around 1% each. However, when Democrats were asked, 98% said they would support Harris, while Republicans are supporting Trump with 95%. Support among independents is split right down the middle with 45 to 45%.
Well, let's head outside for a look at the first warn forecast. Meteorologist Blaze Keller is out on the weather patio. Hi, Blaze. How's it feeling?
You know, we started out this week with those excessive heat warnings. Temperatures in the 90s, felt like even hotter in those low 100s. Now we're continuing to cool on down, getting back to those more mild temperatures in store for us in time for your Labor Day weekend. We're also going to add back that chance for rain. It's been nearly 2 weeks since the Madison area, and a lot of southern Wisconsin saw really any meaningful meaningful rain, anything over 1/10 of an inch. So we desperately need it. The grass is getting dry, certainly. We've only accumulated just over 2 inches of rain throughout the entire month in the Madison area, and we would normally get almost 4. So you can see we're kind of short, and there's not a lot of days left to accumulate that rain, but it is coming tonight. Unfortunately, dry conditions continue to expand across Wisconsin, mainly northern and then along the state line, Wisconsin, Illinois. That's where we find abnormally dry conditions. So not into the drought, but still dry where we need the rain. So where is it? It's off towards Minneapolis, extended back south and west into parts of Iowa. This line will eventually move its way into our neck of the woods as we go beyond the midnight hour into about the morning hours, right around kind of the morning commute time frame on your Friday. So tonight we're headed into the mid to upper 60s. Storms after midnight, a minimal to none severe threat. We're going to check out how much rain we could receive and how nice it's going to be for your Labor Day weekend in just a few minutes.
Blaze, thank you. We will check back in. Well, the Wisconsin Department of Health Services is reporting the first 2 deaths this year due to the West Nile virus. One person is currently in the hospital with this condition as well. Now, the deaths and hospitalization were reported in Outagamie, Fond du Lac, and Brown counties, marked by these red stars here on this map. That yellow star, that's us down in Madison. Now, the virus has also been found in animals and some healthy blood donors. It's not spread directly from person to person, animal to animal, or person to person. It is only transmitted by mosquitoes. An average of about 18 cases are reported in the state every year, and transmission can happen anytime mosquitoes are active. Dr. Whitney Qualls, a mosquito control district director, says prevention is key.
Be sure to wear your repellent if you're outdoors. Dump any standing water that you might find in and around your home, like a plant saucer, a dog bowl, bird bath. Make sure that water, you change it out every so many days.
Now, even if you aren't using your swimming pool, you should keep it chlorinated if there's water in it, and keep grass around obstacles trimmed, because mosquitoes tend to use those areas to rest during the hot daylight hours.
Now, vaccines for the newest COVID variant will soon be available in Wisconsin pharmacies. The variant KP2 is more transmissible than previous strains. Our Maddie Heimsch is here with how to keep your students protected as they head back to school. Maddie?
Yeah, the CDC chart behind me shows percentages of COVID tests with positive results nationwide. As you can see, we've seen consistent surges about twice a year, one right around August and the other around January, both coinciding with students heading back to the classroom after a break.
That COVID is here to stay, and we need to start making this part of our annual vaccine routine.
The Wisconsin Department of Health Services says, unlike influenza, which sees a significant drop after a surge in cases, COVID has proven to transmit quickly, even when numbers are low.
Because it's a brand new virus, and in the very beginning, nobody had any immunity, the patterns weren't as clear. It kind of did what it wanted to do in our communities. Now it's starting to settle a little bit more into that familiar pattern.
Ajay Sethi is the faculty director of the Master of Public Health program at UW-Madison. He says the pattern we're seeing means keeping up with vaccines during the back-to-school season is more important than ever. And transmitting the fastest, the newest strains.
So they have been evolving. Every couple of months, a new one sort of overtakes the previous ones. And it forces us to track them and to see how we can stay on top of that evolution to develop a new updated vaccine every year.
According to the FDA, the new vaccine should cut the risk of getting infected by 60 to 70% within 3 to 4 months of receiving the shot. But Sethi says if you were a victim of this summer's wave, you can likely wait before heading to your nearest pharmacy.
And since a lot of people have had COVID this summer because we've had a surge, the new boosters are out next week. And, you know, you wouldn't have to get a booster right now if you just had COVID last week or last month. In fact, you could even wait maybe 6 months, simply because you've got immunity from your recent infection.
The Wisconsin Department of Health Services says a third booster should be rolling out this fall. But in the meantime, we have more on what vaccines your students need before heading back to school up right now on channel3000.com.
Maddie, thank you. Just after the break, we continue our team coverage as former President Trump plans to speak in La Crosse.
Our Ellie LaLiberte has that story in just 3 minutes. And a look at the stock market where things are mixed. The Dow bumped up 243 points. NASDAQ was down nearly 40, and the S&P 500 practically stagnant, losing 22 cents.
I'm Vice President of the National Border Patrol Council. America needs a commander-in-chief who's tough on illegal immigration. Kamala Harris fails that test.
We're not going to treat people who are undocumented and cross the border as criminals. That's correct. That is correct.
Kamala was Biden's border czar. She supported sanctuary cities and taxpayer benefits for illegal immigrants. And she created the worst border crisis in American history. Kamala Harris is dangerous.
Preserve America PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
This is you. And you are why we do what we do. Each and every one of you are wonderful, amazing people. So we'll treat you that way on your journey of trusted care. Because the way you, and you feel matters. Unity Point Health Meritor, a partner of UW Health, know how much you matter to this world.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Everyday prices are too high. Food, rent, gas, back to school clothes. That is called Bidenomics. A loaf of bread costs 50% more today. Ground beef is up almost 50%. There's not much left at the end of the month. Bidenomics is working. The price of housing has gone up. It feels so hard to just be able to get ahead. And we are very proud of Bidenomics.
Rewards Club members at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison can get a ticket for a promotional drawing by visiting the Rewards Club booth. Promotional drawings can be either physical or virtual tickets. Physical tickets will be placed in a drawing barrel, while virtual tickets can be redeemed at a promotional kiosk. Visit Ho Chunk Gaming Madison and grab your tickets at the Rewards Club booth today.
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
Who is she talking to?
Shopping online for a Purple mattress? We get it. With Purple's unique Gel Flex grid and multiple foam layers, you'll experience effortless sleep that's motion adaptive, temperature balanced, pressure relieving, and ultra supportive. But which Purple mattress is right for you? Come to Denver Mattress and test for yourself. During Purple's Labor Day sale, save up to $1,000 on mattress and base bundles and get an instant gift. Shop Purple at Denver Mattress, the easiest way to find your perfect Purple.
Coming up, CultureCon. Have you heard of it? We'll tell you all about this convention and its roots right here in Madison. Plus a look at how this sold-out event is making a big impact in the workplace around the nation. Tonight at 6.
You have a consumer issue and you keep getting the runaround. Need help?
It's call for action to help me. Nobody else did.
Contact our team by phone or on channel3000.com. Call for action only on News 3 Now. Moving forward for you. You're watching News 3 Now at 5. Moving forward.
Welcome back. Former President Trump is making his way to Battleground, Wisconsin as we speak.
Right now, he's scheduled to hold a town hall in La Crosse at 6 tonight. That's where we find our Ellie LaLiberte. Hi, Ellie.
Hi, Braden. Hi, Armand. Yeah, people are excited to be here today. If we take a look over this way, you can see that with the merchandise. We see those red Make America Great Again hats and all that merchandise showing support for former President Donald Trump. But of course, Wisconsin, a key swing state, it's not just the Republicans looking to win over the voters here. I spoke with Lieutenant Governor Sarah Rodriguez earlier today, who says she has been working at the state level to win over those Wisconsin voters. Now, some of that looks like meeting with constituents and canvassing door-to-door efforts.
We want to continue that pathway for success. This is because of the policies of the Biden-Harris administration, and I know that the Harris-Walz administration is going to continue that pathway.
Now, some of the topics the Lieutenant Governor is asking voters to pay attention to include abortion, health care, and the economy. For now, reporting live in La Crosse, Ellie LaLiberte, News 3 Now.
All right, Ellie, thank you. Madison police are looking for a suspect in a sexual assault case from July 10th. Officers say the man on your screen grabbed a female inappropriately on 4-Year Drive near the Holiday Inn West. He's believed to have a gray pickup truck with a gray colored topper. If you have any information about this incident, you're encouraged to call the Madison Police Department or Madison Area Crime Stoppers.
Well, let's get another check at your first warn forecast with meteorologist Blaze Keller. Hi, Blaze.
Hello. Let's quickly just take a look at what 3 things we can expect here as we go into the next couple of days and obviously the next few hours. Storms overnight, those aren't expected to be severe, but they're going to bring some very beneficial rain. As I mentioned earlier in the newscast, it's been almost 2 weeks since the Madison area and a lot of southern Wisconsin has seen not only meaningful, but really beneficial rain. I noticed that the grass is starting to get a little straw-like out there where I live, so I can imagine it's very similar across all of southern Wisconsin. Warm though through Saturday, we start to feel more seasonal, if not dipping below average by the time we head into your actual Labor Day and then that following Tuesday. So the storms right now are off into parts of Minnesota and Iowa. Future track slowly brings them into southern Wisconsin as we get closer to that midnight hour. So until then, we aren't anticipating, even out towards some of our western communities, any of those showers or thunderstorms to impact us. But let's walk into the midnight hour Friday even further through the morning commute time frame. By about the time many of us are probably hitting the roads, 5, 6 o'clock, a lot of that thunderstorm activity is at least going to be moving into Milwaukee, if not Lake Michigan, over the border there into northern Illinois. But a few lingering showers can't be ruled out. So you may be running into some showers as you're heading off to work on Friday. But notice that we're sticking with the mostly cloudy conditions. Probably going to start to see those break up the further we go into your Friday, leaving us with more sunshine in time for Saturday and then the weekend. In terms of rain, again, we certainly need any rain at this point. We're not in a drought, but we are abnormally dry. As I said, grass is starting to get a little bit brown straw-like, so we need the rain, and we're going to get anywhere between 1/4 to 1/2 an inch farther to the east. I would say farther to the west because those storms are probably going to be packing a little bit more of a punch than, say, farther to the east. We might get a little bit more rain, 1.5 inches to maybe 2 inches there into parts of Vernon, La Crosse, Monroe counties, edging into western parts of Juneau and Adams County, and then maybe along the Wisconsin River too. It's really just going to depend on if these storms keep their energy as they're making their way through southern Wisconsin. The bigger picture is this is all along a cold front. And behind cold fronts, we see high pressure systems. So that's what's going to initially happen. That's going to help clear out those skies as we go throughout your Friday afternoon, overnight into Saturday. But then an even stronger high pressure system moves in out of Canada. And we've had a couple of these over the last few weeks, and those bring down that mild, dry air. So watch as our temperatures drop from, the upper 70s today into those low 70s on your Saturday, and then further into Sunday. Very comfortable conditions, and then into your Labor Day as well. Not to mention our dew points are going to be drying, and that's going to make it feel very comfortable out there as we go into your Labor Day weekend. So we kind of are lucking out here as we're wrapping up what maybe is summer with the kind of unofficial end there on Labor Day. But there is a look at your 7 and 10 day forecast, seasonal through at least your Labor Day weekend, and then climbing back up into those upper 70s, low 80s to round out next week. Let's take a look at traffic as well here. Just slowdowns where we normally see them along the Beltline, but it doesn't look like there's any accidents towards Janesville and then north into the Dells either.
Blaze, thank you. After the break, Minnesota State Fair goers find a unique way to stay warm and connect with nature. We'll show that to you coming up.
Oh.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
I was robbed. They tried to run me over with a getaway car. He almost killed me right over here. He was laughing as he fractured my skull.
Amanda's attacker was an illegal immigrant drug dealer, arrested twice before, but released by San Francisco DA Kamala Harris.
If Kamala Harris hadn't let him out, this never would have happened to me.
Kamala put violent illegals, convicted felons, back on the streets.
Kamala just doesn't care about protecting people like me.
Make America Great Again Inc. is responsible for the content of this advertising.
It's only paint. It's only paint that comes in an award-winning twist and pour container. It's only paint that can cover the brightest shade of orange known to mankind in just one coat. It's only paint that will inspire you to write your masterpiece. It's only paint that will help you become TV's hottest writer, where one day you'll meet this guy who started that thing. So yeah, it's only paint. Only easy opening, smooth pouring, change your life both professionally and romantically. Paint.
Drive into summer with a new Honda. Heading out for a day at the beach or a weekend in the mountains. Make an impression with the unmistakable style of the HR-V or turn heads in the sporty Civic. And when you drive a Honda, you're driving with the 2024 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand. So act now to get an offer you'll love. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into the Honda Summer Event.
Not everyone knows us, but in southern Wisconsin, Illinois, and eastern Indiana, we are famous in our field. As a Sloan's technician, customer service is our specialty, whether you come to see us or we come to you. We are in the business of supporting your business, and we are highly trained to work on your John Deere equipment. At Sloan's, our loyalty lies with you. We depend on you, and we are proud to serve you. When it comes to service, you can count on us. Remember, think Sloan's first.
How do you say welcome? With an entry door from Pella, of course. Say it with color, with class, with clarity, or with confidence. Choose from 3 materials and endless styles, plus every entry door is manufactured, installed, and warrantied by Pella for years of comfort and durability. Right now, you can customize your home for 0% interest for up to 60 months. Schedule your free in-home consultation at PellaWI.com.
What would you think of a man who builds homes to rescue children from abandonment, sex trafficking, and slavery?
An employer who does charitable work alongside us and pays for us to go around the world helping kids in need.
He helps single moms in Wisconsin,
Funds food banks here,
and fights sex trafficking across America.
That man is my husband, Eric, and he'll fight for you, just like he fights for them.
I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5, moving forward.
You may have heard of a beard contest. We haven't.
I haven't. I'm going to
Sorry.
be so honest, I haven't. But
And you might have seen people having their honey judged at the state fair.
But in Minnesota, they take it to the next level with a bee beard demonstration. I have to say, this display is unbelievable.
Hey!
It's the U of M Bee Beard post-game show. I'm joined right now by Gary and Jenny. First of all, before we get into anything else, how did it go in there?
It went really well. We did 4 in a row, and no one got stung, so it's a success.
I have beard envy for both of you. Jenny especially. How many times have you done this now at the state fair?
Have I done it?
This is 7.
This is number 7 at the state fair for me.
What does it feel like when they initially start crawling up to that queen?
Yeah, it feels kind of prickly because they hold on with their little horsey feet, and a little bit electric because they're fanning their wings too, so they're kind of vibrating.
And you're in there the whole time too.
Yeah.
Do you get stung more often than she does?
Yeah. This time I didn't get stung at all. Most of the time, if someone gets stung, it's because you push down on them with your arm or your hand, and it's your own fault, right?
Why 10,000 bees? Why that particular number?
Well, 3 pounds actually is how we would do it, and that's a typical number of bees that we would buy in the spring, and so we just picked that up.
We've got some great video of passing the bees from volunteer to volunteer. Explain how that works.
Well, first you remove the queen, and you tie it on to the next person. And then it's just a matter of doing it quickly and efficiently without, brushing the bees off. You want to really, we do one big jump and try to get the most of them off, and then, kind of just flick the rest of them.
What else do you have here that folks can check out at the fair over the next couple of days?
So we have the booth right outside where we did that, where people are there that can answer questions. And then there's the, over on the opposite side is all of the competition from the honey show.
Yeah,
there's observation hives,
artwork, photography, baked goods. But there's a lot of beautiful honey to look at and honey frames. There's some really great kid art this year.
What kind of training if I wanted to have a bee beard next year at the fair? How intensive?
No training. If we made, if you showed up and we had it ready, you know, to be a volunteer.
Well, I've got to go on TV, but I'm going to try it at some point soon.
Okay.
I'm in. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
No.
Okay, so I'm from Minnesota. I grew up going to the Minnesota State Fair. I've never heard of this. And the prompter says, discuss whether you would participate. I'm gonna go with no.
No,
from me.
No, I'm good with my hair beard, just fine. But like, is there a prize? Is there an incentive? It just seems like two people that just, want to torture people.
A little adrenaline maybe is your prize?
I don't know.
Okay, but so Minnesota State Fair, if you guys are going, Sweet Martha's, see the butter sculptures. That seems much more fun than the bee beards. The butter sculptures of the butter Minnesota princess or whoever it is.
I would take a butter beard.
Okay.
Yes, I'd do that.
Sure, we can make that happen.
All right, cool.
All right, we will.
Final check of your first warm forecast when we return.
A1 Furniture and Mattress is closing their giant showroom, and that means the best prices ever. Everything must go. Over $1 million in inventory must be sold. Name brands at huge discounts for every room. Store closing sale on now at A1 Furniture and Mattress.
It never should have happened. The Waukesha Christmas Parade attack. 6 Wisconsinites mowed down by Darrell Brooks. Just days earlier, Brooks was arrested for trying to run over his girlfriend with the very same car. But Brooks was released on $1,000 bail. Senator Tammy Baldwin voted against increased funding for pretrial detention of violent criminals, making it easier for criminals like Darrell Brooks to terrorize our communities. Tell Senator Baldwin, violent criminals belong behind bars.
Hi there. Brad Beasley and my daughter Marlene are here for Tundraland.
It's back to school time, and together we can help Wisconsin kids in need.
We call it Bath to Backpack.
With your help, Tundraland will donate 1 backpack filled with school supplies to a local student for every appointment this month.
And for a limited time, you get free installation, no payments for a full year, and free upgraded fixtures.
We all win.
Call 1-800-TUNDRALAND or go to tundraland.com today.
800-TUNDRALAND. Tundraland.com. It's Hy-Vee's Labor Day Grill Out Sale this Friday through Monday. Fresh ground beef, just $2.99 a pound. Mouth-watering New York strips, just $5.88. 6-pack bottles of Pepsi products, just $3.48. Party-size Frito-Lay snacks, queso or salsa, just $3.98. Juicy, whole, seedless watermelon, just $2.99 each. And Hy-Vee hamburger or hot dog buns, just $1. Save in-store and online. Friday through Monday, only at Hy-Vee.
Let's do this.
Introducing Chevy's best lineup of SUVs ever. The rugged, always-ready Trailblazer, the first ever Traverse Z71, and the Chevy Trax, starting at $21,495. When it's your time to shine, Chevy's got you.
Get 1.9% financing on select popular 2024 Chevy SUVs when you finance with GM Financial. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
Madison Magazine takes you to school where cafeteria menus are ripe for an upgrade. Meet the man with a fresh vision for hot lunch and step inside the local pilot program students are eating up. Madison Magazine, online and on newsstands now. And the winner is Madison Magazine. Proud to earn 11 Milwaukee Press Club Awards for excellence in Wisconsin journalism. And the top prize for civic journalism in this year's National City and Regional Magazine Awards.
A1 Furniture and Mattress is closing their giant showroom, and that means the best prices ever. Everything must go. Over $1 million in inventory must be sold. Name brands at huge discounts for every room. Store closing sale on now at A1 Furniture and Mattress.
Coming up tonight on the CBS Evening News, Donald Trump faces backlash after the former president reposted a sexually vulgar remark about Vice President Kamala Harris. What his campaign said, plus the new polling that shows Harris is surging among Black, Hispanic, and young voters. That and more headlines tonight on the CBS Evening News.
Well, nearly 70 million households in the United States own at least one dog, and if you own one or have been around them or want one like Braden and I, you know there is nothing else like the love between a person and their pets. But some people favor different breeds of dogs more than others. Well, the Forbes Advisor team surveyed dog owners all around the state and country and found Wisconsinites prefer German Shepherds and American Bulldogs. Least favorites are the Cane Corsos, miniature Schnauzers, and Havanese. The Australian Shepherd is a favorite dog in the United States.
Yes, I had an Australian Shepherd growing up, and they are the best dogs ever.
I have 2 Frenchies, and they are just
The best.
a lot.
Yes.
And I actually am going to head out and feed them after this. So wrap it up.
Let's go. The Frenchies need food.
They are hungry. We have got some quiet conditions in the forecast. Rain moves in overnight, not until at least midnight at the earliest, so dry for the next several hours. Much needed rain falls and ushers in some cooler air. After 80s on Saturday, look at those temperatures in time for not only Sunday, but your Labor Day on Monday, and then that following Tuesday. Low 70s with overnight lows there Monday into Tuesday. Upper 40s, low 50s. Very nice conditions as we kick off September.
That's jacket weather.
Yes.
I love
Still time to take your dog out for a walk tonight. We'll see you after CBS Evening News.